Hey guys, it's Di from BeingMommywithStyle, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about moving again and the transition with the kids and kind of their thoughts on it, how they were feeling, and how it was different this time on this move with them being 5 and 7 versus previous moves that we've done with them when they were maybe babies or toddlers or preschoolers, just what the difference is. So first of all, they do remember the last move. They remember moving from Illinois to Michigan, and like Natalie can like describe what her room looked like in Illinois and like tell me what she liked about it and that sort of thing. So they vaguely remember their rooms and kind of the playroom there because we had that big open playroom with the windows, and they kind of generally remember the move. But they were preschooler and a toddler at that time, and they would have been starting new schools at that point anyways. Isabella was going into kindergarten. So we kind of made it an adventure, which is what I'm planning on doing this time as well, and I think that kind of helps, so I'll talk a little bit more about that in this video. And we made it an adventure, moving over, coming over here, and then also exploring the area. It was a little bit easier on that move because I already knew my way around here because we had lived here previously. We were just moving back to an area we had already lived. So I already knew what was here. I already knew how to get around. I didn't have to struggle with any of that. So that's gonna be all new because I'm gonna be in an area where I don't just immediately know my way around. But in our day and age, we have like the GPS mapping and all that, so we should be good to go. But one of the things that I try to do is look in the new area and find all the things that are there for them and pick out a good handful of them to kind of give them a sense of what's to do in that area and kind of get them acclimated and go try that out. So we'll definitely be doing that when we get down to Alabama. Zoos, children's museums, different cultural things like the U.S. Space and Rocket Center is definitely high on my list because that's one of my favorite places to go when I was a kid, and Isabella is super into robots and rockets, so I think she's gonna think it's really super cool. But this move has been different. So when kids are babies and toddlers and moving, it's easier in a sense and harder in a sense. So it's harder on the adults because you've got to lug all their stuff around and you've got to worry about possibly diapers and feedings and their schedule and all those sorts of things that kind of weigh you down. So that's, in that sense, it's definitely harder for the adults. Now my kids are more like self-equipped. They're more like good to go, but they're also more aware of what's going on around them, right? So this move has been different because it's really abstract, like saying we're going to Alabama, because they don't know where it is, they don't know what it's like since they've never been there. I've tried to show them on the computer and that sort of thing, but it's still really abstract. But they understand the idea of moving since they remember it from last time. And they're older now. Isabella's been in school here for 2 years. Natalie was in preschool here for 2 years. She would have been starting essentially a new school here in kindergarten. However, she kind of knew the school from dropping off her sister there and that sort of thing. So it has come up, you know, they're gonna miss their school. We're gonna miss the great people here. We know a lot of the teachers. I really had my heart set on Isabella, the kindergarten teacher that she had. I would have loved if Natalie could have had her too. She's amazing. You know, all the teachers at our schools here are amazing, right? So we are gonna be bummed about leaving their school. But I think the schools, they're gonna get down there and the schools are gonna be great too. But it's just that idea of they don't know because they haven't experienced it yet. So it's different this time because when they're toddlers or they're babies, they kind of just go along with whatever. They're just kind of like, hey, look, new stuff to look at, you know? So that part is easier. And when they're older, they're more worried about the unknowns. And I have friends here and I'm leaving my friends, and will I ever see them again, and that sort of thing. So that part is definitely tougher because it's harder on them emotionally the older they get. And so I do really hope we get to a point where we're not moving all the time, because I can already tell the older and older they get, it's just like you hear, the older they get, the harder it will be. So all that being said, they are doing fairly well, I believe, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try to talk to them and get little snippets just to get their thoughts, maybe for them to look back on and that sort of thing. Natalie is kind of more adventurous. Obviously you guys know Natalie, and she's looking forward to exploring, and she's just happy to meet new people wherever she goes, out at Target and wherever. So she's excited about, you know, meeting new people, and just she's more easygoing with that whole like changing environment thing. So another thing that I did it when we moved into this house. I actually had him pick out paint colors and everything. We have a bright pink room now because of it. But I let them decorate their new rooms, and that's part of like the excitement of like making their own space and making it feel like it's theirs. So we've already talked about how they want to decorate their new rooms. They both picked out 2 different themes. Natalie wants to do like a Paris Grace doll themed room, and Isabella wants to do a mermaid room. So we're excited about decorating their new rooms. We've already picked out like things that we're gonna get after we get down there for the decorations and the colors and all that. So that's a project that I will work on them with along after we get there. I'm not gonna get it here. And I do that for a specific reason. I want those new items to like just, I want them to be a part of the process. First of all, I don't want to have to move everything because it just seems kind of silly to kind of have to get everything up here and then move it all down. But I want them to be a part of the process, and I want them to like be able to go pick out the things, and then like we immediately can go put it in their room, and then that kind of like gives them ownership and makes them feel like it's theirs. That's what I've done the past couple moves, and I feel like it helps. When we moved, when we were in Illinois, from one house to the other, when Isabella was a preschooler, we let her pick a room color. That was the first time we tried that, and I think that that really helps. So this time, I don't know if we'll do painting like right off the bat, because the paint colors are actually really great in our new house. But definitely I found on this, and if you guys remember, I used to be really opposed to these, but those decals, they're great, like because they go on the walls, they don't leave any mess behind. I've now started pulling the decals off their walls that we put up here, and you can't even tell that they were there. So I think that that's another thing, that if they find decals they really love, obviously we can put those up and all those sorts of things. We've already found signage, and we're going to be changing up their beds and really just let them make the space their own. So I think that those sorts of things, exploring the area with them, and then also, you know, letting them take ownership of their room and making it their own, really kind of help with the transition. I'm not saying it's not going to have its hard parts, because I definitely think there's going to be some tough times. I think the day that the moving truck is here, it's probably going to be the worst day. I'm really not looking forward to that day, to be honest with you, because it's exactly like dealing with all of this stuff at the house. Like if they were away and it was like they weren't having to sit there and physically see it, it was one thing. But when you know, it's tough. Like, I mean, how many times have I moved and I'm tearing up. It's tough seeing all of your stuff carted out the door and like standing in an empty house. So, oh man, so especially if I'm like this, it's not gonna help them at all, right? But anyhow, I mean, I'm not looking forward to that, because I think that that is probably gonna be the roughest day. So what my plan for that is obviously I don't have to be here the whole time when the moving people are here. I can kind of give them directions, and then I'm gonna try to get the kids out of the house, and we're gonna go do something, because for them to sit there and watch all their stuff be packed up and then watch it get carted out, it's just, you know, it makes a visual impact. It really does. So anyhow, I think that that's probably going to be one of the toughest points. And then we're going to make the road trip an adventure. We're going to road trip to get there, and then when we get there, the nice part about this is we're literally no hotel, no extended stay. That's nice. We're going straight to our new house. So that part is nice, and I'm thankful for that. We may even, my mom's house is like on the way down, kind of, if I go a different route. Depending on the timing transition between them loading the truck here and the truck showing up down there, we may actually just stop at my mom's house for a couple days too, once I know that transition time. So we're just gonna make a big adventure out of it. So I mean, other than that, I think that they're doing really good, but I think the big things are if you let them take some ownership in the new spot and do as many things. You know, when we got here, when we moved here from Illinois, you know, we did things like the zoo, the splash pad, library, you know, really going around and exploring those different areas so they can kind of get a sense, and it does really help. So Natalie actually just popped in, so I'm going to see if I can catch her real quick, and then we'll ask Isabella if she's comfortable after I pick her up from school today and see her thoughts. All right, so I'm hanging out with Natalie. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
All right. I was going to see what you thought about moving to Alabama.
I'm the same feeling as sis.
You have the same feeling as sis? What feeling is that?
It's sad.
Oh, it's sad. What are you going to miss here?
You're only going to miss stuff that I had in Illinois.
You missed it. You have in Illinois. That was like the last move, honey. What are you sad about this move? We've moved too many times. You get to see your friends at summer camp for a couple of other weeks. That's exciting, right? What are you excited about at the new house? Are you excited about making your room into a Paris room?
Yep.
Yeah? What about exploring? Do you think we're going to go see some new things when we get down there?
Yeah.
Yeah? What about seeing Yoda? Is that exciting?
Yeah.
Yeah! So what do you think it's going to be like in Alabama?
Hot.
Hot! I think she's got that right.
I got it right.
Yeah. What else do you think it's going to be like?
I'm gonna think it's gonna be like morning and night.
Morning and night. Yes, they have morning and night there, so you're going to be all covered there. All right. Thank you, Natalie, for sharing what you were thinking about the move. We're going to have a big adventure, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Bella. Okay, can I ask you some questions? I'm doing a video about moving and what you guys think. So can you answer some questions for me?
Sure.
Okay.
As long as I'm on TV.
Oh, good grief, this child. So Isabella's 7 now and more aware of what YouTube means, which is interesting. So, Isabella, what do you think about moving? What do you think this time around?
Sad and happy.
Sad and happy. It's kind of a sad and happy thing. Okay, hold on. This is your sister's turn. So, why are you sad and why are you happy?
I'm sad because most of my friends live here, and also it's happy because then I'll get to see Daddy.
Yeah, I understand. My best friend lives here too, and I'm going to be sad to not be able to see her every day whenever I want. So that's going to be sad. I understand. I understand that part. Hi, Sherry, for watching. So it is sad to leave friends, but we can keep in touch with them. And like for really like best friends, like Sherry and Kelly, we're going to meet up with them and see them even though we move. But you're happy because you get to see Daddy and Yoda, so that's exciting. Are you excited about exploring a new area and decorating your new room?
Yes, yes.
What is your theme for your new room going to be? Can you tell me about what theme you want for your new room?
Mermaids and ice cream stands.
Ice cream stands. That's a new one that got thrown in there.
I mean just mermaids and Berry Queen.
Why did you choose mermaids?
And Berry Queen.
Why did you choose mermaids and fairies? Because you like both of those?
Yes!
All right. Well, if you don't talk regular and sit still, I can't see you in the camera.
Okay.
All right. So what do you think? Are we going to have lots of adventures when we get to Alabama?
Yes, yes.
Oh, and the other thing I asked your sister is, what do you think Alabama's going to be like? What do you think? Scoot back. I can't see you.
Fun, fun.
You think it's going to be fun? All right. Your sister said hot. That was her first answer. So. All right, thank you, Isabella, for answering some questions. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
So that is what the kids are thinking. Hopefully you guys enjoyed checking out this video, and I will have some moving videos coming up very soon. Staging this house, which I know I've mentioned in a couple other videos. Tomorrow's video I think is going to be a special video. It was the last day of school, and it's actually today, just to be honest with you. I'm going to be wearing the same outfit. But I'm taking the girls to do some special after school things, so I think that's going to be their own vlog just to celebrate the end of school. And then next week it'll be back to moving vlogs and prepping to get ready to go. So that is it for today. Let me know if you have any questions down below. The question and answer video will probably be going up next week because I've already got a full week's worth of videos for this week. So if you have any questions, leave them down below and I can try to tackle those in a question and answer video coming up next week. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.